What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you the best builds for 2K19. Now this is all my opinion. I'm going to be going from point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, all the way to center, and I'm going to be just predicting based on the badges, based on attributes, and based on height, weight, and arm length. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the point guard. Alright, so number one for the point guard position, we have the shot creating playmaker. Just like last year, really good, has lots of gold badges. As you can see, it has 11 gold badges, 7 silver, 6 bronze. So let's get right into the badges. You have mid-range Deadeye Gold, difficult shots, tireless scorer, teardropper, ankle breaker, flashy passer, pick and roll maestro, lob city passer, dimer, which is actually really important with this build, because if you guys remember last year, this build actually had dimer at silver, so that's a big difference. One man fast break and free throw ace, so that right there, 11 gold badges, is pretty insane. It's a good amount. And then we also have 7 silver badges, which are corner specialists. So even if you want to play off the ball with this player, you still can, because your 3-point rating is high enough where you can hit, and you have corner specialists. You also can finish at the basket because you're shot creator primary, where you have acrobat, relentless finisher, up and under, and then you have break starter for passing, charge card, and quick reflexes. For the bronze badges, I'm actually really surprised about this, but deep range Deadeye and limitless, I'm actually really shocked they have that. And catch and shoot, that'll help on the three-pointers a lot. Lob city finisher doesn't matter. Posterizer on bronze. This is actually really interesting to me that they actually gave this. I think last year, I don't actually remember if they had the posterizer last year, but pretty interesting. And then put backing. So over here we can look at mid-range. It maxes out at 21, and then you could also add 2 more, so it goes up to 23. The reason I can't show you the exact measurements of the numbers is because I would actually have to make so many accounts just to show you guys this, so I can't. You guys can actually check online though, just look it up and you'll see it right away. Ball handling is 19, and then you can get it to 22, which is really high. And then passing's high, your speed, you're really quick, and the mid-range is ridiculous. And then the 3-point shot is pretty high for a not having a 3-point rating on it. So that's really interesting with this build. I predict that this would be the best point guard build in the game. Let's get right into the second. Alright guys, so just like last year, it was the playmaking 3-point shooter. So obviously your playmaker first and then your 3-point shooter. This build last year was ridiculous because you can dribble, shoot. Look at the 3-point rating. You can get up to 20 bars. Your ball handling is pretty ridiculous. Passing, you know, speed, mid-range shot. So basically the same thing as last year. Badge wise, you have ankle breaker gold, flashy passer, break starter, pick and roll maestro, which is really good, lob city, and then dimer, which is gold, which is really good, free throw ace, and then you also get corner and limitless with the silver shooting badges, and then you get deep range Deadeye, mid range Deadeye, difficult shots, tireless score, catch and shoot, and teardropper is bronze badges. So just like last year, I predict that the passing, ball handling, and the 3-point shooter will be the next build behind the shot creating playmaker. Just like last year, it was the same thing. Those 2 builds dominated the point guard. Alright guys, so we are now getting into the shooting guard position, just letting you guys know. And for my dominating, of course, pure sharpshooter, just like last year. You know, I'm not going to put this in small forward, but you could also do it as a small forward, the 2 and 3. Kind of similar positions, just based on height and stuff. So I'm just going to put it in shooting guard. I don't know why I just decided to. But, you know, you have your main 5 badges, your corner specialist, just like last year. Except the interesting part about this is that you have the free throw ace Hall of Fame. So when you're in a Pro-Am game, and you're a close game and you're up by 1 or 2 and people are fouling you to put you to the free throw line, your team, you're going to get the ball. If you're a pure sharpshooter, they want to give you the ball. You have free throw ace, you're probably never going to miss a free throw once you get it Hall of Fame. And you also have the shooting badges. You also get mid-range Deadeye on gold, which is interesting, and tireless score, so that's good. And then I'm surprised about the quick reflexes. Honestly, I don't think that they should get that, because I don't know, I just don't feel that way. But they also have difficult shots on silver, which is a really good badge, especially for a shooter like that. The rest of the badges don't matter, except defensive stopper actually at bronze. That actually is pretty good for a pure offensive player. You're getting a defensive stopper, so that's good if you're a pure sharp. I mean, other builds might say, you know, it's overpowered, they shouldn't have any defense at all, but I think it kind of balances it out, just because lockdowns get shooting, and I'll get into that later on with the small forwards. But let's go into the second best shooting guard. Alright guys, this is the second best build, a shot creating 3-point shooter. Now this is really hard. I almost tie this with the pure shot creator, but then I decided to go with the 3-point shooting, just because your 3-point shooting, if you look at the rating, it's 18 and it'll go up to 22. If you go over here, it's at 15 and it'll go to 20. So you get 2 more bars. It's probably a higher number, and you seem, I don't know, it seems just so much better. And I don't know, I just feel that the 3-point shooting affects you more than, you know, a pure shot creator. And I'm just going to show you the badges comparison right here. So mid-range Deadeye, Hall of Fame, difficult shots, tireless score, and teardropper. Now if we go over here, same Hall of Fame badges. So I'd rather have a higher 3-point rating in that. So now let's go to the gold badges: corner specialist, catch and shoot, acrobat. You don't get the acrobat, but you do get corner specialist. Deep range Deadeye, very important at gold. Catch and shoot, up and under, which really doesn't make sense to me, but free throw ace. If we go over here, you still get the free throw ace, but you get acrobat instead. But honestly, you don't get the deep range Deadeye, which actually does make a big difference. So I chose this one. So let me show you guys all the badges. So those are the gold badges, and then when you go over here to silver, 8 silver badges. That's a lot of silver badges. So let's get right into it. Limitless range, really good. Finisher, acrobat, relentless finisher, and acrobat. You know, you're a 3-point shooter, you can shoot really well, but then you can finish inside with silver, relentless finisher, acrobat. You can get the post a little bit if you make yourself taller and do drop steppers if you have a mismatch or something, and ankle breaker silver. So if you could ball handle with this player because it's a shot creator. So if you're a point guard, you know, losing the ball and not doing well, you can take over that point guard position because you can shoot too. So they have to play up on you. You can dribble, you can pass the ball. This build is really good all around. You also have posterizer on bronze, so this is a really, really balanced build to me. I really think this is gonna be really overpowered in Pro-Am, especially going into the future, because if 5-out is the way that it was last year, you have difficult shots, mid-range Deadeye. You can hit those contested shots in the mid-range spot. You have gold shooting badges, and you have silver inside badges. So that's all the best. And then you got posterizer, so you can finish under the basket. So if you make yourself tall and you can dribble, you have the silver ankle breaker. So this build can dribble. If you look over here, your bar ends at 14, goes up to 19. That is really good for dribbling. Passing is pretty good too, about halfway. 3-point shot is insane. Mid-range all the way up. So you're going to be hitting every mid-range shot, most of your 3-pointers. And look at that layup. Look at that layup. Look how high it is. And look at that dunk. Dunk is about halfway. And remember, you have the posterizer. So this build, I could definitely see it being a problem in Pro-Am. I feel like they would nerf this if everything goes the way I think it will. I think they definitely will nerf it with the inside to kind of balance it, because this build really can do everything. So let's go right into small. Alright guys, so now let's get into the 3 position, the small forward. My number 1 spot here would be the defending sharpshooter, defending primary, 3-point shooting secondary. Now I say this because I'm actually making this build. This is what I've done through the prelude. I made a 6'10 player, about medium sized weight. It didn't really matter to me. And then I also did right before max wingspan 1 less, because the wingspan actually really matters this year to your 3-point shooting. It's my 3-point shot. If I upgrade the extra category, it'll probably just be over a 70. I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably around 70, which is not bad. That's pretty consistent, especially when you look here at the badges. I'm going to go right here to the silver badges first. You have corner specialist silver, deep range Deadeye, catch and shoot, Lob City finisher, you can finish inside, and you have posterizer silver. and hustle rebounder, rim protector, free throw ace, and then bronze badges. You also have other shooting badges as your bronze badges, so that really helps a lot too. And then getting right into the gold badges are all your defensive stopper, pick dodger, pickpocket, chase down artist, bruiser, brick wall, quick reflexes. Now, the other option you could do is a pure defender. You get the Hall of Fame badges, but the good thing with this badge is you would get the corner specialist on bronze, but to me, your 3-point shot is so low. If you look here, you're at 7, you can get it to a 12. If you go over here to 3-point shooting, it goes to 13 and it goes up to 17. So that's a pretty big difference. And honestly, from gold to silver Hall of Fame badges, I really don't think it's worth losing all that 3-point shot, because if you're especially in Pro-Am, when you're sitting in the corner and you have silver corner specialist, and if you're contested deep range, catch and shoot, that really makes a difference. Especially, they can't leave you. If they leave you, you're going to consistently hit that corner 3, where if you have the pure lock, they might get off of you a little bit. You might hit it, but you're not going to be as consistent as this build. So I'd rather have the gold badges and be able to shoot better. So that's my opinion. Honestly, I don't really know. I guess we'll find out when the game comes out. So let's go right into the second best small forward build. Alright, getting into the second small forward build that I think will be overpowered will be the 3-point shooting, driving, and finishing player. 3-point primary, driving, finishing secondary. Now, you could also reverse these if you want, the 3-point shot and the driving and finishing. All that would do is reverse the gold badges to the bronze badges, but I decided, especially in Pro-Am, this video is mainly about Pro-Am, because I like Pro-Am better, but so, I'd rather be able to shoot more consistent with the gold badges, and then have secondary posterizer silver, lob city, relentless finisher, acrobat is bronze, pick dodger, pick pocket. That's pretty good too. But so right here, I mean, you also have the defensive badges, which is good too, but the main thing for me was I'd rather be able to shoot than finish, to be honest. And your 3-point shot is 19 at the beginning, and then it can go up to 21 bars, and 18, and then 22 mid-range. And your layups and dunks are pretty average. Your layup is pretty high, honestly. So if we go over here to driving and finishing and then 3-point shooting, your layups and dunk go higher, but now you're at 12 and it goes up to 15, which is a pretty big difference. And honestly, I'd rather be able to shoot again than drive and finish. So that is my second best small forward. Now, really quickly, with the defending player you saw as my first option, I also have to add that I made him 6'10", as you guys heard. I'm going to be using that as like a power forward position. It doesn't really matter. I would probably guard the ball anyway, so position, it's kind of positionless at basketball, especially in Pro-Am, because I would guard the ball because I have such a high defensive rating and they can dribble, so if it would only make sense if I guard the ball handler, so just keep that in mind. So now we're going to get into power forwards, which honestly not really too excited to get into because, again, positionless basketball. So let's go right into power. Alright guys, so getting right into the number one build for the power forward position. Just want to let you guys know I made this build last year, the rebounding 3-point shooter, rebounding primary, 3-point shooting secondary. I made this player last year and it was absolutely amazing. The rebounding was ridiculous on this player. As you guys can see, the bar goes up 19 and it'll go up to 22, which is pretty crazy, almost maxed out. You look at your vertical too, that's 19 going all the way to 23. Your strength is pretty high, so you can box out really good. Your speed, lateral quickness is very good. So really think this player is good, and the blocks are good, so it goes up to 16. And your 3-point shot goes from 11 all the way to 15. So that's pretty down the road. You can sit in the corner, and in a second you'll realize why the 3-point shot really doesn't matter as much, because of the badges. Now let's go right into the gold badges. Putback king, break starter, hustle rebounder, bruiser, brick wall, quick reflexes. The biggest badge here is hustle rebounder. Getting that gold as a power forward really helps your center, like if you either both have it or he doesn't have it, depending on if he makes an athletic or a stretch or something like that, you can help rebound with a power forward, which is really good because you're not guarding a 7-3 player like center is. You're guarding someone smaller, and because you have the hustle, rebound, or gold, you will rebound better than your opponent at the powerful position. So that really helps. Definitely use that a lot in Pro-Am. And now if we go down to the silver badges, we have all the shooting badges. Most of the shooting badges actually: corner specialist, deep range, deadeye, pickpocket, catch and shoot, finisher, posterizer, pretty crazy at silver, defensive stopper at silver, really good as well. You could also guard centers with that. The fact that you can play defense with this player, charge card, pick dodger, pickpocket, so you could pickpocket a center, chase down artist, and free throw ace silver, which is also good. And then when we go down here to bronze badges, you have shooting badges still: mid-range, deadeye, limitless, tireless, scorer, difficult shots, teardropper, pick and roller, relentless finisher, up and under, and rim protector. So this build really looks really good, just like last year. So you could shoot with all the silver. The bronze, you could shoot more and finish under the basket and play defense. So that's pretty crazy. And then you have rebounding. So this is my #1 choice for a power forward. Let's get right into the second. Now, as a second option, I'm going to go with the driving and finishing, secondary skill, 3-point shooting. Now, this was also another popular build in Pro-Am last year. People decided, if you looked at the last build, it was the rebounding 3-point shooter. People decided to go over to driving and finishing because you can finish better at the rim and you have a better vertical and lateral quickness, so it kind of makes up for the rebounding, but you do not have the hustle rebounder. So let's look at the badges right here: posterizer, finisher, teardropper, putback king, pick and roller, relentless finisher, up and under, one-man fast break, which I don't know why that's even a badge for a power forward, free throw ace, quick aces, quick reflex, my bad. And then you have these shooting badges at the silver, which is good too, and hustle rebounder at silver, which is not bad, especially for not having a rebounding ability in your thing. To have it silver is good, and acrobat. And then you have some shooting badges here, and you have a rim protector, and you have chase down artist and brick wall. So this is another really good build. And let's go over here to the attributes. Alright, so you guys can see the 3-point shot is at a 12, goes up to a 15. Ball handling, surprisingly, I don't know why it's so high, but it's a 13, and it can go up to 18. You have vertical, which is, this one is crazy, 20. It can go all the way to a 23. Lateral quickness, 13 to I think about 16 or 17. Can't really see because of the shadow of the player. Speed, 19. It can go up to 22, which is that's ridiculous with this player. You're a power forward who could be 7 feet tall. You have ridiculous speed and acceleration, and your strength is pretty down the road. Your steal is pretty good. Block is not that impressive, but your rebounding ability, that's the only reason why I put rebounding above, because if you look at rebounding here, it's 9, go up to 12. Go to rebounding here, it's 19 and can go to 22, so that's a significant difference. So now we're going to get into centers, the last and final position. Let's get ready. Alright guys, so let's get right into the best center build. This was kind of a lot of these builds, as you guys know, are based upon 2K18, and the reason I'm putting them back on this list is because these ridiculous badges that these players are getting that are not even based on their archetype. This build, I just looked at it, is ridiculous. Your layups and dunks can go all the way. Your vertical is max. Speed is max. Acceleration is max. You can run the floor with this player. Look at the steal on this player. It can go from 12 all the way to 17. That is ridiculous. Blocks is pretty down the road, which is good. Rebounding, not as important, especially for a driving and finishing player. And look at that ball handling for this player. That's really underrated. A 19, that's pretty high. And the reason, to me, I'm putting this on here because of these badges. Look at these. You have posterizer, relentless. Those are the two main badges, and pick and roller if you're doing pick and roll. And then with gold, doesn't really matter. Putback king actually does, but now that we're going here to silver, look how many silver and bronze. You get 11 silver, 7 bronze. Acrobat, up and under, hustle, rebounder, and you're not even a rebounder. Defensive stopper, you can play defense. Rim protector, chase down artist, bruiser, brick wall, one man fast break, and quick reflexes. Now we go to bronze here, difficult shots, tireless scorer. I don't know why you get difficult shots, but and then post spin technician, drop step, pick dodger, pickpocket, and free throw ace. Now let's break this down. You have the post moves, drop step, post spin, and you also have the other one. I forget what it actually was. The up and under. So now you have post moves. You have Hall of Fame posterizer, relentless finisher, and then if you do a pick and roll, you have that Hall of Fame, and you have maxed out dunks and layups, so you will get the contact dunk animations. So this build is looking ridiculous. And if you pair this with the rebounding 3-point shooter at the power forward position, that guy can rebound because he has the gold hustle rebounder, and this guy doesn't really have to rebound as much as him. He can take the role as the center, and this guy can mainly just play offense for your team. So let's get into the second best center. Alright guys, so I'm trying to be a little bit different here. I don't want to do the exact same thing, so I decided to do a defending as a primary skill, secondary skill rebounder. This build to me either looks like it could be really overpowered or really terrible. I don't know. I just want to do something different, mix it around. But look at these attributes from rebounding down. Your rebounding is ridiculous, and it's a secondary skill. 17 goes up to 21. Your steal is almost maxed out. Your block is almost maxed out. Your vertical is maxed out. Your lateral quickness almost maxed out. Speed, acceleration, and strength, which is ridiculous that all of those are so high. Now, your dunks are halfway, more than halfway. Your layup is about halfway. So this build is looking really crazy, and the reason I picked this was mainly because of the badges. Look how ridiculous this is. You're a primary defender, secondary rebounder. You get 6 Hall of Fame badges. Defensive stopper. This is ridiculous. If you're going up against a pure athletic, a 3-point shooter, and you close out with that defensive stopper, is ridiculous. Rim protector, chase down artist, brick wall, and bruiser. This is ridiculous. Go to gold. Lob city finisher, doesn't really matter. Hustle rebounder, gold, and you have a high rebounding play, vertical, lateral quickness. This is ridiculous. And quick reflexes. Now if we go down here to silver, posterizer, and you're not even a driving and finishing player, so that's good. And relentless finisher, break starter, pick dodger, and pickpocket. I don't know why all these builds have pickpocket. It doesn't make sense in the pick and roller at bronze, but that pickpocket, you can strip centers. If they beat you, you just try to steal it. Instead of, if you just hold square or X, you can either get a steal or a foul as long as they don't score. It doesn't matter, but you do have a higher chance of stealing it because of the pickpocket. So this build is, I'm predicting that this will be, I feel like this would actually be number 1 once I see more people with it. But so that's it for the video. I just want to say thank you guys if you watched the entire video. Please subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with a lot of 2K19 videos. I haven't posted in a really long time because 2K18 was trash. No other really games were out that really interested me, so I just stopped uploading completely. So, you know, smash the like button. I'll see you guys in the next one.